Join us in this episode as we begin to explore the fascinating waters of the Swedish Baltic. We sail across to Gotland and explore the beautiful city of Visby, before heading on to the island of Fårö. I'm Jasmine, and these are my parents, Guy and Joe. And this is our home, Free Spirit. Come join us on our adventures. It was the beginning of June, and we had just finished our journey through the Göta Canal and arrived in the Baltic Sea. We couldn't wait to begin exploring. We set off, winding our way between the islands. We stopped off in several different anchorages for a few days to explore and drink in the atmosphere. Wandering through the wooded islands, we immersed ourselves in nature. Slowworms, like grass snakes, are harmless to humans. Despite their appearance, slowworms are more closely related to lizards than snakes. We passed gorgeous traditional houses. It was like walking into the past. This village on the island of Harstena was once sustained by seal hunting. A window into a bygone era. After exploring the islands for a while and with a good weather window, it was time to set off and head out into open waters. Our destination was the island of Gotland, over 50 nautical miles away. After a long sail, the island loomed ahead of us. And we headed into the port of Visby. Visby is arguably the best preserved medieval city in Scandinavia. It boasts some incredible historic buildings. Wandering around felt like taking a journey back in time. We had arrived outside the main tourist season, so many of the streets were empty. Churches, courtyards, gardens and storehouses, this place has it all. We spent a few days exploring this historic and chic city. Visby Cathedral stands proud and tall in the centre of the city. One of Visby's most well-known landmarks is the Great Wall and battlements that surround the inner city. 27 ground towers and 9 hanging towers have been preserved. Some of the oldest sections of the wall were built as early as the 12th century. The wall proved effective in defending the city against attacks, especially during the Civil War in the 13th century. To this day, you can still see a large stone projectile lodged in an arrow slit at St. George's Gate, fired from a catapult during a siege. Gotland Museum displays much of the fascinating history of this place, including the famous Battle of Visby in 1361. When a Danish king invaded Gotland, the local farmers and yeomen were called upon to help protect the city of Visby from the highly trained invading soldiers. The citizens and wealthy merchants allegedly watched from the city walls without intervening, as their fellow countrymen were brutally slaughtered. Once the farmers had been cut down, the merchants opened the gates to the Danish king, rather than risking their own lives, and surrendered. An example of how rulers and the rich elite often have little regard for the common man. The museum also displays some fascinating Viking remains and hoards that have been found in Gotland, including numerous unique and incredible picture stones. Just as we were about to continue our journey, the engine cut out. Turns out our filter had become clogged with weed that had accumulated in the harbour. We managed to clear it out. The engine roared to life and we set off. We were joined by the Georg Stage, a Danish tall ship we had met before on our travels in the Faroe Islands. Soon we neared our destination. After a nice sail, we moored up on the neighbouring island of Fårö. In summer, Fårö is home to breeding Arctic terns, and it was almost impossible to avoid them even when walking on the footpaths. These birds are fiercely protective of their chicks, dive-bombing anyone who gets a little bit close. We had to put rocks on our heads or wear helmets to protect ourselves and watch where we walked. The area around Gotland is great for fossil hunting. Over 400 million years ago, this area of Gotland was part of a tropical sea on the equator, full of thriving ancient coral reefs. Over the years, continental drift moved the limestone bedrock to where it is now. You can still find the fossilized remains of corals, shells, and even trilobites here. No, leave me alone. Even the gull's attacking me now. No! What the hell? We made sure to keep as much distance as we could from the chicks and minimise disturbance. The next day we headed out on our scooters. Along the shoreline are some magnificent sea stacks, formed from resilient reef limestone that give the place an otherworldly feel. It was a joy to walk amongst the stacks, marvelling at the unique geology of this place. Further along the coast lies an old fishing station, harking back to a time when the self-sufficient subsistence farmers on the island also gained sustenance from the sea. The well-preserved traditional boathouses are around a century or more old, and would probably have existed during the heyday of the herring trade in the Baltic Sea. These small traditional boats can be rowed, sailed, and even dragged above the waveline. They have been used for fishing from locations like this for thousands of years. In a sheltered bay, great crested grebes had built their nests. These beautiful birds used twigs, algae and weed to construct a nest platform, and it was lovely to watch them adding to it. The next day we headed off to Gamleham. Here the stacks have been moulded into even more amazing shapes. Amongst the rocks, grass snakes hid and warmed themselves in the sun. I even watched one go for a swim in the brackish waters of the Baltic Sea, a very unusual sight to witness. Our stay coincided with the summer solstice, and we joined a lovely traditional Swedish celebration nearby at Lauters. With great lemonade, traditional strawberry cake, lovely people, and dancing around the midsummer pole. That evening we went out to watch the sunset across the Baltic Sea. I was very happy to finally find a full trilobite fossil. It was a gorgeous evening. The following day, strong winds blew across the island. Once the winds had died down, I went to check on the grebes and was devastated to find that the storm had washed away their nest. I discovered one of their eggs washed up on the shore, a sad and abrupt end to their breeding season. Please like and subscribe, and if you see the hype button, give it a click. A massive thank you to my amazing patrons for helping to support the production of these videos. If you'd like to help, as well as getting early ad-free videos, then click the link in the description and join my Patreon account. Thanks for watching! Join us next time as we continue exploring the Baltic. We sail to the remote island of Gotska Sandön. Before sailing on to Sandhamn. Where we watch the Gotland Runt, the largest offshore race in the world, and get caught in a violent storm.
Stop whistling, please, I'm filming. Stop being annoying.
Not with the hat on.